The question is, can we relate events that are occurring in many parts of the Muslim world, including Malaysia, with the fitna of Gog and Magog? Actually, the word is not fitna, it's more fasad than fitna. Oh yes, the fasad of Gog and Magog is multidimensional. Oh yes, there is political oppression. It's part of the agenda of Gog and Magog. There is economic oppression. Your daughter, you know your daughter. She's Indonesian. She's also my daughter. And you should see the tears coming from her eyes. Our daughters are in Singapore, serving Dajjal as domestic servants and being paid the salary of a dog. Our daughters. She's paid $300 a month. Here she's paid 600 ringgits a month. Would any Singaporean girl work for that wage? Now don't come to me with the argument, but when she takes the $300 to Indonesia, it's a lot of money. Because justice demands that you be paid the wage of the market in which you are working, not the wage of another market. So don't make the mistake. Is there any Singaporean girl who will work for that wage and do that job? Come on, Lee Kuan Yew, answer me. With all the studies you did in Harvard, making Singapore the model state. The answer is no. No. That's oppression. Would any Malaysian girl work for that wage in Malaysia, do the same work? The answer is no. That's oppression. So you are oppressing my daughter. When men are oppressed, Allah's anger is terrible. Can you imagine what it must be like up there when women are oppressed? Can you imagine what kind of anger there is over there when children are oppressed? That oppression is around the world today. Gog and Magog and Dajjal. I'll tell you the result. In Surah Al-Isra, Allah tells us what He's going to do to the oppressors and to those who choose to continue to reside amongst the oppressors in their cities. He says in Surah Al-Isra, وَإِن مِّن قَرْيَةٍ إِلَّا نَحْنُ مُهْلِكُوهَا قَبْلَ يَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ أو معذبها عذابا شديدا كان ذلك في الكتاب مسطورا. This is آخر الزمان. You cannot understand this ayah except in the context of آخر الزمان. And there is not a single town or city that will not be destroyed. Surah Al-Isra, Allah will destroy them all. And those who escape destruction will be punished with terrible punishment. And this is something inscribed in the book. So the study of Gog and Magog and their economic oppression, their monetary oppression with its bogus and fraudulent and utterly haram paper money, the oppression that comes now from Islamic banks, who say that they engage in halal transactions, but in effect, in their so-called murabaha, they're lending money on interest, but disguising it as a sale. I call it backdoor riba. If you differ with me, no problem, no problem. We differ, okay? You have your opinion, I have mine. You see, Sheikh Imran is wrong. But if you come after me with boxing gloves to attempt to demonize me and to prevent me from preaching and teaching, well then I have an answer for you. I will show patience and patience and patience until patience is no more. And I'll say, come Islamic Bank, come, let us both pray to Allah and ask Allah to curse and to punish with the greatest possible punishment whosoever from amongst us is wrong on this issue. War comes and Israel wages wars to expand her territory. What's going to happen to Saudi Arabia? Okay, this is my opinion. I believe that those who rewrote the Torah to say that the Holy Land extends from the river of Egypt to the river Euphrates, they did so because the Jews lived in Egypt for 400 years. Nabi Yusuf alayhi salam lived in Egypt. Nabi Musa alayhi salam lived in Egypt. Nabi Harun alayhi salam lived in Egypt. And the Egypt that they lived was not the whole of Egypt. Misr in the Quran refers to the eastern delta from the river Nile to the Red Sea. That is Misr, not the whole of Egypt. So they are saying this is a part of the Holy Land. The river Euphrates, because the Jews were taken into exile in Babylon, and they lived there for hundreds of years. So they say that is also a part of the Holy Land. But the Jews also lived in Medina. Oh yes. So although it's not there in the Torah, it is not far-fetched for us to say that there's going to be an attack on Medina. And so something will have to happen in Saudi Arabia for the Jews to say of Saudi Arabia that it is now rising and turning into a terrorist state. Yeah. It's very important for us to memorize. The dua has come with different versions. You can memorize any one. They're all in Sahih Bukhari. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min azab al-qabr. O Allah, I seek refuge with Thee from the punishment of the grave. Let me pause there and tell you one of the punishments of the grave. If you have not had your dinner so far, I suggest don't have any dinner tonight. In Surah Al-Zumar, Allah says that He takes the souls at the time of Maut. But for those for whom Maut is not yet ordained, He takes their souls while they are sleeping. فَيُمْسِكُ الَّتِي قَضَى عَلَيْهَا الْمَوْتِ. And when He takes their souls while they are sleeping, He then keeps those souls for whom Maut is written. وَيُرْسِلُ الْأُخْرَى إِلَى أَجَلٍ مُسَمَّى. And He returns the other souls for a period of time that is prescribed. But during that time, when the soul has been taken and not yet returned, there is no way to tell that that person is still alive. That all the medical evidence will show no sign of life. So if Allah wants to punish you with one of the punishments of the grave. He can do this to you. He can take your soul, and people will believe that you are dead. And they will wash your body, and they will clothe your body, and they will perform the Salatul Janazah, and they will bury you, and they will forget to put a cell phone down there. And after they have left the grave, then Allah will return your soul to you. So it will be as though you woke up from sleep. But when you wake up from sleep, the place is dark, no light. So you call out to your wife, what happened? But no answer. You attempt to get up, you can't get up. You're confused. This place is dark, and I am in an enclosed space, can't get up, and I'm smelling this camphor. What's going on here? And then you begin to feel the cloth, but I didn't go to sleep in this clothes. What is this? What is this? What is this? Slowly, 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 you will come to the horrible realization that you are in a grave. This is worse than an earthquake. Worse. Because this is your grave. You've been buried alive. Now the tears will come. Now you want to make tawbah. But the time for tawbah is gone. So Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min azab al-qabr. O Allah, I seek refuge with Thee from the punishment of the grave. وَمِنْ عَذَابِ النَّارِ, and from the punishment of the fire, fire of Jahannam. وَأَعُوذُ بِكَ مِنْ فِتْنَةِ الْمَحْيَا وَالْمَمَاتِ, and I seek refuge with Thee from the fitna, the tests and trials of living and of dying. وَمِنْ فِتْنَةِ الْمَسِيحِ الدَّجَّالِ, and from the fitna of Dajjal, the false Messiah. This dua should be recited in Salat, before the Salams, the last thing before the Salam.